Hello my friends and welcome. I'm knitting another cowl. Looks like that. I'm not finished yet. I'll show you the end result when I'm done. For this cowl I'm using Drops alpaca silk. It's, where is it? 25 grams in one ball, and it's 77% alpaca and 23 silk. And in 25 grams it's 140 meters. This one here. And I'm using sequins. They are on cotton thread. I can't tell you the length of the length and weight for these ones, but I ordered them ages ago from AliExpress just for another project. So this cowl is around 75 centimeters. Did my gauge, and I cast it on 106 stitches. Here I used double yarn cast on. I've recently done a video on it. It's on my channel if you would like to check it out. It's a bit hard to see here because it's so fluffy, but it looks like this, and it's stretchy and gives extra bit of bulkiness to it. And I will do bind off to match for it at the end when I'm done. I'm using 4.5mm circular needles, 60 centimeters from one point to another. I knitted 6 rows in stocking stitch, which is just knit in circular knitting, knitting. And then I used 10 centimeters needles, and I just did one row with them, which gives a bit more, little bit bigger gaps between stitches. And then I did another 6 rows in knitting stitch, and after that I've done eyelets, which altogether takes 5 rows, and you start with 2 purl stitch rows, and then you do your eyelets with decreases and yarn over another 2 purl stitches. And then I've done another row with 4.5 meters. Yeah, I did that with 4.5 meters. Then another 6 rows in knitting in stocking stitch with 4.5, and again another row with the 10mm needles. And here I've done my 6 rows of in knitting stitch, and I'm just gonna show you how to do those eyelets. We put our marker on, and we will do purl stitches. I will do 1 row and then the second row, and I'll meet you at the start of the 3rd row there. Now I've done 2 rows in purl stitch, and I'm at the start of the round. I'll move the marker, and here we will do decrease, which we will just knit 2 together and yarn over. Again, 2 together, we knit 2 together and yarn over, knit 2 together and yarn over, and we'll continue to the end of the round. Now I've done the row with eyelets here, and I'm at the end of the row, and I started with 2 decreases, so here I'm just gonna do 1 yarn over and then pass the marker over, and then we'll do 2 rows with purl stitches. 2 rows with purl stitches, and then 6 rows in knit stitch, and I'll meet you where I'm gonna use the big needles. Now I've done 6 rows in knit stitch after those eyelets, and I will use big needle now. Take the marker off for this. I have 10mm needle, only 40 centimeters from one point to another, but that's enough. And result, what it gives, it's just these little bit bigger stitches. You can't really see them that much, but it just gives a bit of air into the texture. If you don't want to use them, you can make eyelets instead. Nevertheless, I started with them, so I'm gonna continue. So I'm just taking bigger needle now, and I will knit one round. You could do 2 rounds in a row. Just pull this needle out so I don't lose any stitches. And that's how it looks. I'm here at the start of the round again. Done my last stitch there, and just move to 4.5mm needles again, and still don't need marker because we will know where the start of the round is when we will come back to it. Just pull this needle out now. And I will knit 6 rows again with this needle here. Looks like that. Okay, last 3 stitches. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and I can put these needles away now. I'll continue with 4.5mm. I'm just going to put the marker back on and continue knitting. I'm almost at the end of the work, and I ran out of yarn, so I will add another one, and this one is really thin, so I'm just gonna connect them together like this. Take this end, so later I will hide it. Just add it like that, and I will knit with 2 yarns. I just need to add my sequins there. I will knit with 2 yarns for about, oh, this is binding off now. That goes slip, and that goes parallel. So I'm doing around 4-5 stitches with 2 yarns, and then take this off and continue again just with 1 yarn there. And then you have 2 strands of yarn here, and we can hide them later when the work's done. Now I finished my cowl there. That's all the sequins I have left, just a small strand of yarn, and I used the whole ball of yarn here, 25 grams. So I had the whole weight of the cowl is 74 grams. So I used 25 grams of alpaca, and 49 I had with sequins. I will measure it now before the washing. So the whole width of it is 40 centimeters, and the length is 22 centimeters. I would have made it a little bit longer, higher, but because I ran out of yarn, that's what I'm doing. All I have to do now is just to hide these strings there, and small sequins are fine, but these big ones here, you can just take them off and pull them off the yarn like that, and then you can put the yarn into the tapestry needle and finish your tidying up. There. So I will wash it out and measure it after it's been dried out, washed and dried out, and show you result then.